Hello, this is Diana. This is my Trailblazers of the Universe YouTube channel. On my channel, I am helping you fearlessly and unapologetically live your best, most authentic life. I am helping you break through your barriers and transcend any limitations you may have. If that sounds good to you, make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. On November 11th, 2023, we have the 1111 portal. The topic of this video is going to be what to expect for the 1111 portal 2023. So first, I'm going to discuss a little bit about the numerology and the angel numbers with the 1s and the 11 and the 1111, and then I'm going to talk about what you should expect as well and some tips to work better with this energy. So anytime we have portals, there are times when we have higher frequencies coming onto the planet. Light codes, DNA upgrades, has to do with the ascension as well. It's also a period of expanded consciousness and intense transformation. You can find yourself more intuitive and creative at this time as well. On the other hand, it can also bring awareness to a lot of things that are not in alignment with your highest self. And with this 1111 portal being in Scorpio season, when the sun is in Scorpio, it's a good time to explore our spiritual and emotional depths so we can become our best version. And Scorpio is a sign of transformation, of death and rebirth, right? So that aligns pretty well with the 1111. And this portal is open until January 11th, 2024, by the way, which is the 111, 2024. So also this gateway is said to be the balance between the physical and the soul, or the 3D and the 5D. So with the numerology and angel numbers, number 1 symbolizes new beginnings, fresh starts, courage, strength. When you think of number 1, it's also said to be antenna energy, meaning you're getting spiritual downloads and channeling some of those spiritual downloads, right? Or from, whether it's from source, your highest self, right? Spirit guides, whatever you want to call it, loved ones, ascended masters. So that's something cool to think about. 11, the number 11 is actually a master number. 11 also signifies the higher realms and an intense spiritual awakening. It can also be said to be a master teacher, a master intuitive number. It also symbolizes illumination and a channel to the subconscious. Also, another thing to think about with the numerology. This is very interesting. 11/11/2023. If you add all those numbers, the 1 plus 1 plus 1, the 2, the 0, and the 2 plus 3, it equals 11. So also 11/11, people always talk about the synchronicities with 11/11. You see 11/11 on the clock, it means you're in alignment, right? Well, that is true. You are in alignment, or that you are receiving divine guidance. When you see the number 11/11, you usually want to pay attention to like anything you're hearing at the time. It could be a message, or maybe a song comes on and it's 11/11. Maybe there's a message from your spirit guides, your higher self, right? Or something you were thinking about doing, or maybe an action you were going to take but you're not sure about. It's telling you you're on the right path. Keep going. You're in alignment, right? Or that's going to lead you to where you want to go, or maybe to a lesson you need to learn, or something like that, or you're on the right path, right? Also, the number 1111 is also a number of a profound spiritual awakening as well. Also, it could signify infinite possibilities and opportunities, and it's also connected with your highest self. So 1111 is a very high vibrational number. This is also a very powerful manifestation portal, so it's a good time to set intentions. Focus on what you do want rather than what you don't want, because just as easily as you can manifest what you do want, you can manifest what you don't want. So make sure that the way you're thinking and you're feeling in alignment with your goals and with where your life wants to go, your vision, and in alignment with your higher self, right? Also, this is a good time to embrace positive thinking and to watch your thoughts materialize. The veil is also thin right now between our world and the spirit world. So like I said, you could be receiving more spiritual downloads, more spiritual guidance. So it'd be a good time to journal, pay attention to your dreams. You could be receiving messages in dreams. Pay attention to any symbols, synchronicities. You know, there's meaning in everything during this time in particular. And pay attention to what's coming up for awareness. I also said earlier that things will come to awareness that aren't in alignment with your higher self, or just maybe something that needs healed. It could be emotions that are coming up. We are in Scorpio season. It could be maybe some emotions that haven't been healed, emotional trauma. So what's coming up for awareness and clarity, and you will get more wisdom and clarity and purpose at this time, even on the direction your life should be going. Or it's a good time to meditate. It's a good time to connect more with your spirit guide, spirit team, source, whatever you want to call it, God, whatever you connect more with. And to really pay attention to your thoughts and your intentions. They'll manifest pretty quickly during this time. Trust your intuition as well. Your intuition is going to be more on point during this time, like I said. So we also want to embrace change and transformation and be willing to let go of old patterns, beliefs, and paradigms that keep us bound to old timelines. So anytime we have a portal, I always say there's timeline shifting. There are always timeline shifting, but it can be more intense at this time with the higher frequencies coming onto the planet. So we want to stay in alignment, shift to your highest timeline. You have to be willing to let go of what's keeping you in that lower timeline, or what's keeping you in a lower vibration or out of alignment with your highest self and the way your life's supposed to go. So you might have some more clarity on what is keeping you more bound to these lower timelines and keeping your vibration lower. So a lot of it's releasing as well. And then you release that, and then you set intentions and take new actions as your highest self version that are more in alignment with what you do want. Thinking, feeling, acting in alignment with your highest self version. It's also a good time bringing more abundance, joy, and fulfillment into your life. I said that there are higher frequencies coming onto the planet, so you can tap into those. Use that to your advantage, and it can be pretty intense for some people, but it's also a good time to ground yourself and harmonize your mind, body, and soul. It might also bring awareness to what's out of balance. Sometimes people that are really spiritual, they're really like on the spiritual realm really up there, but they still haven't learned to deal with their emotions, or maybe the physical, or maybe their physical, like their health and everything, and things they do in the physical realm aren't really in alignment with where they're at spiritually sometimes, or it can be a bit mentally, or sometimes one of those can be out of balance. So it's getting more in alignment when we have to do to keep our mind, body, and soul more balanced. Also, what you can expect, I said light codes, DNA activations, right? Synchronicities, ascension symptoms, but also embracing positive change. Be willing to let go of what's not in alignment. Be willing to go with the flow more, even if it doesn't look like the way you think your life should look like. Sometimes changes are coming up. There are roadblocks, delays, and different things happen. Sometimes they're not always pleasant, so that we can change. It's kind of telling us like, hey, this is the wrong direction. Sometimes those things need to fall apart so better things come together. I always say you're not rejected, you're redirected. So you're redirected into alignment. Allowing those changes, not resisting them, even if it's uncomfortable. It's okay to be uncomfortable. You don't change unless you're uncomfortable, right? The life you want, I always say, is outside of your comfort zone. And awareness is the key to change. So whatever's coming up for you, just become aware of it. And then, you can decide what you want to do. It's your life, right? But really good time to tap into that inner wisdom. Like I said, your intuition is more on point. So really tapping in, it might be a good time to spend more time by yourself. Meditate more. Grounding is always very good during these portals, and staying hydrated. Grounding with Mother Earth, even earthing, putting your feet the bare grass. I always say that because it's very helpful during these portals. It can be intense for a lot of people. I always say to double down on your self-care during this time. Make sure you're eating healthier, even later, like superfoods, more greens. Because when your body's going through all these changes, and we're talking about light codes, DNA activations, and stuff like that, we want to make sure we're healthy, and maybe exercising too, getting enough sleep, just the basics, so we're more stable, because it can throw some people off balance a little bit. Being more really intense if you have intense emotional trauma coming up or anything like that. So do what you have to do to stay stable and balanced, and cutting out things as needed. Cutting out more toxins from your system, whatever toxic behaviors you have in any form, physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual, right? Kind of reducing those, cutting those out, so we can get these downloads, so we can have the awareness and get the messages and the synchronicities. Sometimes when we're distracted, when we have toxins in our system, when we are in fear, when we're in these lower frequencies, or sometimes we can miss the messages, or our intuition is cloudy, right? Or we're not as connected to source, or you always connect to source, but you're not as tapped in because you're distracted with other things, or other things are clouding your vision. I'm talking about your vision, like your third eye. So cleansing, detoxing, so you can get the clear messages. And anything you can do to find inner balance and harmony is good at this time. Connecting to all that is. Part of the 1111 is also symbolic of connecting to all that is. All is one, like the separation is an illusion. One is like an illusion, right? You're still connected to all that is. That's just another way to look at it. Or everything is connected, finding the connection, everything as well. It's actually a very exciting period of transformation. I always say change is good. Some people don't like change, but I think change is good. So make sure to set good intentions. Be mindful of where you're focusing your energy. Attention is currency, right? Everything is going to manifest quicker. So really be mindful of what you're thinking and feeling, and your actions you're taking, because everything is more intensified at this time. Releasing old patterns is always good. It's a grieving process, and it can be uncomfortable and have a big mix of emotions, but it's all for your highest good. And you can really become an alchemist and transform, and let these experiences empower you and transform you into your best version that is more aligned with your highest self. That's all I have for today. If you like this content, hit those like and subscribe buttons. I also have a Facebook group, an Instagram, and a TikTok. My links are in this video description and in my channel description. I also offer intuitive transformational coaching. If you need help getting your life together, going through your spiritual awakening, dealing with addictions, mental health issues, relationship issues, or just need help getting your life together in general, or going through some dark times, even grief, trauma, all that, I have a good amount of experience, personal experience with all that, and I've really learned to become an alchemist and overcome a lot of those struggles, and allow those experiences to empower me to become my best version. My contact information is in this video description as well. Have a good day. Namaste.